she different, I can see it in her eyes. Get into the money, she been focused on the grind. Like a diamond, only gonna shine bright. She keep on living her life.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wayda's World. It's your girl Theonlywayda, and I'm back at it again with another video. So today's video, I asked you guys on my Instagram and my Snapchat and even on YouTube itself to send me your questions that you have about relationships / love. Thank you to everybody who participated and sent me some questions. I got some really good questions. So yeah, I'll be answering all of your questions, giving you my point of view, my opinion, whatever. I am not a love doctor. I'm just simply somebody who likes to share insight on what I think about certain different types of situation. And yeah, so let's just jump right in. All right, so please excuse me if I do look a little tired. You can see I have like baggies under my eye, but let me try and wake up and get this thing going. But okay, first question is, have you ever had a boyfriend? Yes, I have had a boyfriend before. Short and simple. Next question is, what role does physical attraction play in whether or not you pursue a relationship? I think physical attraction is what initially makes people like interested in a person. Like, it's so, I guess it's bad to say in like today's society or whatever, but if I'm not physically attracted to somebody, I'm not gonna initially like try and pursue a relationship with them. But I will say, there's been times where I wouldn't be physically attracted to somebody, but getting to know them and like talking to them more would add to their physical attraction, if that makes sense. So yeah, I say it's pretty important. I think it's important. My next question is, do you think being hurt has made you more or less willing to be vulnerable in a relationship? I say no, because if I ever get into a relationship, I know what a relationship comes with. And I'm a lover at the end of the day. I feel as if, oh, let me turn off the fan. It's probably too loud. At the end of the day, I feel as if, like, you know the risk of being in a relationship when you're in a relationship. So if you get hurt, like, sure, you might get hurt, but I think, like, for me personally, I'll get hurt, I'll go on and I'll heal, and I wouldn't be afraid to try again in that next relationship because it was a lesson. I learned from my lesson and I move on. That's how I think of, like, when it comes to like being hurt in a previous relationship and being vulnerable to the next person. And I'll like, sometimes it can happen where you don't even know that you're doing it, but again, it's a lesson and you'll learn along the way and you'll learn how to improve it. So the next question is, who is your role model in love? I don't have one specific role model in love. I have multiple role models of love in my life. I have my grandparents, of course, my parents, my uncles, aunties. Like, there's a lot of love around in my family, and seeing like how those relationships are like going and playing out and how they treat each other will never let me settle for anything less. Like, I have too much, I've been saying that I have too much like good representations of love around me to settle for less, because I do. I see the way my uncles treat their wives, like, or fiancés, wives, you know, because anyway, but I see how my uncles and even my brother, I see how he treats his girlfriend. Like, why would I settle for something less? They're getting treated like queens, and these are the men in my family treating them like queens. Like, they set the bar like really, really, really high. So I feel like if you can't meet up to my standards, like, you have to go. Simple as that. Next question is, what type of compliments do you like to hear? That is actually that's a good question. I never thought about that before. What kind of compliments do I like to hear? I guess, like, I do like to hear that I'm beautiful, but it's the when you tell me that I'm beautiful. I don't want you to tell me that I look beautiful when I'm like all like makeup and like hair done. I want to be like I want to be told that I'm beautiful like when I have my natural hair out, or like when I have on like no makeup. Like that's the best time when I think that I should be complimented. But I do like hearing that, but I also like hearing like, I don't know, maybe like you, whatever I'm doing in life, like if you see me working hard at school, be like, oh, I love that you're working so hard. Like I'd love to see that. Like I love to be like reassured in what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Yeah, so saying like, oh, I love that you're doing this in school, like you look really beautiful today with your hair, or your natural hair out. You look very beautiful without makeup. I guess those are the type of compliments that I like to hear. I never really thought about that, so I need to go sit down and reevaluate that question. In here is hot. It is hot, and I turned off the fan so you guys can hear me. The next question I got is, when is it okay to start dating? I'm assuming that you're young and you asked me this. I guess wait until you're in high school. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a little crush, but to really like pursue the crush, I say wait until you're in high school. You're a bit more mature, you're older. And honestly, I think it depends on your parents. But like if your parents are okay with you like dating like within high school and exploring relationships, then I say do that. But I don't see no problem with it, to be honest. But I say around like 15. Yeah, like 15 is like the right age to explore it, because you have to learn. You need a starting point. You have to learn from somewhere. It's so funny that when the camera's on, like I'm automatically stutter, but like when I'm not on the camera, like the stuttering's not there. But as soon as I'm on camera, I start to stutter and forget what I'm saying. Maybe it's because I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think 15 is a great age to start actually pursuing relationships and dating. Because you got to figure out what you like, what you don't like, and learn on what you should accept and what you can't accept. Because a lot of people, you can tell them like don't get into a relationship because such and such and such will happen, but certain people will not listen and they need to explore it for themselves and try. So 15, let's say 15. Let me go to my next couple of questions. I got a lot of questions. I think that was just 6 questions right there, and I have about 17 more. Next question is, do you like girls? No, I do not like girls, but happy Pride Month to everybody in the LGBTQ+ community. Next question is, how do you tell someone that you love them? I'm not the person to ask this question because I definitely struggle with telling people around me that I love them, like just saying like I love you. I don't know why. It's easier for me to like type it or like write it, or I can like show it through actions. It's honestly a weird thing. I don't know, I've been trying to meet people halfway. It's working, it's not working, but I don't know. So it's very hard for me like to answer that question because I'm still working on that myself. So if anybody who's watching the video knows how you tell someone that you love them, please let me know. Like, how do you just get up and say like, you know, I love you? Like, even just saying it like right now, like I felt like that was weird. But yeah, I say if you can't tell them, like show them like in your actions. Like you can do things for them. I can tell somebody that I super like appreciate them, but then I feel like using the word appreciate downplays like love, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm still working on that question myself. The next question is, how do you let your loved ones know they stink? If they're your loved ones, you just say, hey, like something's off today, like oh, you can say, hey, something's off today, like wait, pause, let me start over again. If they're your loved one, don't do it in front of everybody. Pull them to the side and be like, hey, like I don't know if something's off today, like, or it can be like the weather's really hot and sometimes, you know, we have to touch up on extra places or whatever, but you do smell a little or a lot, whichever one it is, you do smell a little, and I just wanted to let you know, so when you're not out here and people aren't chatting you and saying that you stink. So just be kind about it. But like, it depends on how close and you and this person are. Like, if it was my sister and she stinks, I'm gonna be like, buddy, you stink. It's coming from the bottom of my heart. I'm just telling you that you stink to save you. Same thing with my brothers. You guys stink. Go bathe. But it depends on like who the person is to you. So yeah, just be polite. Be polite. And make sure you pull them to the side. The next question is, how do you get relationships to work? You guys are really asking me some wild questions like I am love doctor for real. I don't know why I picked this topic, but how do you get relationships at work? I feel like this goes for any relationship. Really getting to know like the people you want to pursue, or even if it's like a friend relationship, or even like a family member relationship, you really need to like get to know the person in order for a relationship to work. I've even had my own instance where like certain things would happen and I would never understand like why it would happen or why people would act the way they would until I sat down and actually had conversations with them, and I'd be like, oh, like this is where this comes from. So then that takes me out of like my head more and I understand them more. So we really need to communicate better with each other in order to understand. That makes sense. hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, now for a relationship like a significant other partner, get to know them really well, surprise them, make them feel extra amounts of love. I know everybody says this like communication is key, but when you really think about it, communication is actually key. So if you guys can't communicate, and if you guys can't find a way to actually communicate, because everything revolves around communication, there's nobody being together. The next question is, how do I know when the love is real? Guys, I don't even know when the love is real. I think you know the love is real when like they'll do anything for you, they'll check up on you, they'll just make sure that you're okay overall. Like, say you're having a bad day, sometimes you can be having a bad day and you don't even have to say that you're having a bad day. They just know that you're having a bad day and they're just there for you, like somebody who sticks by you and everything, anything. And even when you're in the wrong and that person checks you, that I think that's how you know like the love is real, because they're not just there to like pity you and be like, oh, everything's fine and you're in the right. It's better when they check you and be like, no, you're in the wrong, like you need to change that. So I don't know, simple stuff like, but, and let me go back to you knowing the person. This is why you knowing the person is very important, because a lot of people can like deceive you and make them think that they really love you in order to get what they want. But this is why you need to be really assured of yourself. So before you jump into a relationship, like make sure you know yourself, make sure you know your limits, make sure you know your boundaries, make sure you know what you want, so nobody can take advantage of you and deceive you. And don't confuse love with lust. If you're just having constant like urges and physical attractions, and you just want to touch this person and kiss upon this person, and when that dies down you guys are just like nothing, that's lust, that's not love. So don't confuse the two. You must learn the difference between the two for yourself before you can really differentiate if love is real or not. Whew. The next question is, when your man is doing shit on the low and you find out and he says he will never leave me, do I go? Okay, yes, you absolutely go. You absolutely go. Say, let me give you the scenario. Say you found out a friend was doing shit on the low and then they tell you that they'll never do it again. Do you normally give that friend another chance? Yes or no? Normally the answer is no. So I don't feel like this man or this girl or whoever it is deserves another chance. Personally, if you're doing shit on the low, like, you don't deserve me. You never did. So somebody, who is this? Let me even go on your page, because to the beautiful lady that asked me this question, leave him, because whoever this man is doesn't deserve you, and you are way too beautiful to be with him if he's doing the shit on the low. So go. You should go. Choose yourself. Don't choose the relationship, choose yourself, because he didn't choose the relationship when he was doing stuff on the low. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway, the next question is, are you in a relationship? No, I am not in a relationship. The next question is your opinion on giving men multiple chances. I feel like it depends on the man specifically, and it depends on like the situation. Say somebody does something that you don't like maybe I don't know. I think it depends on the severity of the situation. So I'm just gonna go based off. Yeah, so I think it definitely depends on the situation. For me, once you do something that I don't like one too many times, and I voice to you that I don't like this, let me even talk from a past experience. So in a past relationship, I voiced that I don't like something. They would fix it 1 week and then go back the next week and do the same thing. Then I give another chance, telling me I don't like that 1 week, and go back and do the same thing the next week. Like, some people just don't deserve those chances, and I think that that's what we have to understand as people in a relationship. Like, you don't need to give multiple chances, because you voice that you don't like something, and if that person truly wanted to change, he would, and you shouldn't have to pressure him into changing. So to the person that asked me this question, I know you and I know your situation very well. This man does not deserve multiple chances, and I love you to bits. But yeah, so it depends on the situation and the person itself. But you don't give him no more chance. The next question is, what does true love mean to you? True love, you know what, I'm not gonna answer that question. You know what? Because I'm still trying to find the meaning of true love for myself. Honestly, I truly don't know. I know, like, I have an idea of what love could truly mean to me, but I never seen like the idea like really like play out. I never really experienced it yet. I'm still waiting to experience it. I feel like I experienced love, but I never experienced true love. Like, I feel like true love is like when you really meet somebody and you guys are clicking, but like the click, it never stops to click. Like, you guys click on everything. Like, you guys have emotional support, you guys have like the same like mentality, like you guys work together, you guys get along with like each other's family. Like, I think everything is like a full circle thingamabob. But I'm still trying to figure out true love for myself, because like I said, I feel like I experienced love, but I never feel like I experienced true love, because if I did experience true love, I would still be in a relationship, and here I am. Next question is, can you cheat on someone and still love them? No. I say no. A lot of people say yes. I feel like a lot of people normalize like men going out and cheating and still loving their girlfriends. I don't believe that. Personally, I feel like if you go out and cheat and you still love and you claim to still love your significant other, that is a lie. Because if you truly loved your significant other, you would not go out and cheat. Like I said, I have too much good representation to love too subtle for foolishness. You cannot love somebody and cheat on them. Simple. And if you want to lie and argue in the comments and be like, yes you can, no you cannot. No you cannot. Next question is, what is the most romantic thing a man has ever done for you? Um, 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 okay, so I've been trying to think about the question, what's the most romantic thing a man has ever done for you? I'll say bring me medicine when I was sick. I think that's very romantic because you didn't have to bring me medicine when I was sick and dying in my bed, and you bring me medicine. I think fluids and yeah, I think that's very romantic because you didn't have to do that. I don't know if anybody else would consider that romantic, but if I'm really sitting here and thinking, like, that's probably the most romantic thing ever. And maybe that's the bare minimum to some of you, but we all have different like levels of romance or romantic. But like, I'm really trying to think of like, yeah, no, I haven't had like a big gesture of like romanticness, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, so the next question is, what's your type? I'll go with the saying tall, dark, and handsome. I say that's my type, but that's my type, like, I guess physically, but it does vary. But tall, dark, and handsome can be anybody, any color. But I will say tall, dark, and handsome. Normally athletic, smart, loyal, ambitious, can be able to dress, but they don't have to know how to dress, because if you have me, like, I'll help you and we'll change, we'll elevate your sense of style better. But you have to have like interest in like elevating your style. You have to be kind, because I'm a very sensitive person. And you have to be very understanding. And you have to be very family oriented, because I am very family oriented myself. And yeah, you just have to show me that like you're a very independent person, because I'm an independent person myself, and I don't like when somebody solely relies on me and it's like a one-sided thing and I can't rely on you, if that makes sense. So you have to be reliable. The next question is, what do you value in a relationship? These questions are like very like vague, so in a sense, but what do I value? Like quality time in a relationship, communication in relationship, just overall like good vibes to have, yeah. And I do value respect. I think everybody needs to learn how to respect each other in like every aspect of a relationship. If it's a friend, family, acquaintance, like I value respect very highly. And one thing about me, I feel like everybody needs to know how to talk to people, because if I don't like how somebody's talking to me, it might take me like once or twice or 3 times for them to talk to me a certain way, before I voice that I don't like it. But I will voice that I don't like the way that I'm being spoken to. So yeah, so I value respect. Next question is, what's your longest relationship? My longest relationship has been a year. Has never went past a year. Yeah, just a year. Next question is, would you talk to a Jamaican babe? I'm not too sure exactly what that means, but if Jamaican bae means like somebody who like lives in Jamaica currently, I would say no, because I live here and you live over there, and one thing about me, I love to see a significant other. So yeah, but if you mean like of Jamaican descent, yes and no. And I'm only saying yes and no because the experience that I have here with Jamaican men here, like, I'm scared. I am frightened, very much frightened, because they scare me. They have scared me, like but like if you have like a Jamaican background, I feel like if you're born in Canada and you have Jamaican background, I feel like it's a bit like watered down, so I can handle that. So like it's like a yes and no, or maybe I just haven't met like the right one, if that makes sense. But yeah, my experience here has been so crazy with Jamaican men, so it's like a maybe. I'm gonna say maybe and not fully no. Yeah, let's go with maybe. Let's go with maybe. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, so those are all the questions that have been asked, and I just want to say again thank you to everybody who participated in asking me questions. Let me know what topic that you guys want to talk about next. Let me know if you guys want me to bring in somebody to either give their opinion or something like that. Yeah, so comment down below, let me know what you guys want to talk about next. And that is the end of this video, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know the next time that I post, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.